Joining us today is the number 2 ranked Bellator fighter, Mr. Patchy Mix. No love. How are you doing today, my friends?
Doing well, man. The number one ranked bantamweight fighter, though. I don't know how that guy got in front of me. It's bizarre to me. You lose one round to the champion, and they put somebody with 5 or 6 losses in front of you. It doesn't sit right. So I'm rightfully so the number one bantamweight, and I plan to take my spot after I beat Gallagher here May 7th.
Yeah, so I was just going to ask you, the rankings just came out a little while ago now. How do you think they ranked the rest of the division, including yourself?
I think they ranked him accordingly. I mean, I think Tiger Magomed,
Mm.
he should be. I think he should be a little higher. I think he just jumped Gallagher, but I feel like should have been myself, Magomed, then Pettis.
Okay.
And then moving forward, then you got Rufian Stotts, who's rightfully so right there. And then I don't even know if Gallagher really should fit in the top 5. I think he's more like maybe 15 or 16.
Okay, so Gallagher is your opponent coming up here on May 7th. Talk to me. It seems like you're not too big of a fan of him in your division. So talk to me. What is it you aren't too big of a fan of Mr. James Gallagher?
I think he's just a bully, man. He's got all these antics and stuff. I'm normally very humble, respectful to my opponents. I mean, even me and Juan, like we've known each other for a long time. A lot of the media and stuff, we were trying to sell that fight. You know what I mean? But we took a picture 10 minutes after the fight. We know each other well. I think he wished me a happy birthday 2 weeks before the fight. We're very respectful to all my opponents. In the past. But seeing Gallagher, man, I think he's a big bully, man. He talks out of pocket. He says a lot of personal things about people. I think he was mentioning the name my birth mother had given me and stuff. And, God forbid, my birth mother's not still here. So it's like you just bring up personal things around people that, I just don't agree with or like. So I feel it's one thing to talk about someone, but when you start bringing other personal shit into it, and he's done it in the past, not just to me, but to a lot of other opponents. So I feel, what better way than to, beat the dog shit out of a bully, because I don't really like bullies.
Of course. So, is there something as far as MMA goes that you see he does well, or is it just
Oh
complete?
yeah, he does. He's got good low kick. He got good karate, good blitzes. He's got a good question mark kick. I mean, these are good though. They're basic.
Mm.
I train with some of the best fighters in the world from 155 pounds to 170 pounds. I roll with everybody in the gym from the lowest guy to the heaviest guy. So I feel like he does things good and well, but they're not great. It's nothing I haven't seen before, if that makes sense. He also has a good back game. It's about like 2 levels below mine, but when I was 20 years old, I was that level too. So
Yeah. So you mentioned the champion Juan Archuleta. We'll get there, but you also mentioned your training. So I believe you switched down to Extreme Couture. How's the training been down there so far?
it's been great, man. No politics, man. I had to get out of Jackson Wink. It's a negative environment. I feel like there's just non-growth. When I started in the gym, I was 8-0 out of the gym. When I was about 4-0, that's when the team started splitting up. Cowboy went his own way, took about 10 great fighters. Nick Urso opened up Jackson Tacoma. He took Ray Borg, Landon Venata, all the guys I used to train with. So there was a lot of scrutiny if I went and left Jackson Wing to go train with these guys. So for my last camp, I trained out of like Six Gun Gibson's garage, and I trained with not the best partners because a lot of my guys were not trying to be in the gym because of COVID and stuff, because Jackson's had a big outbreak. So leaving them and no politics, being able to train where I can I think is important. I came to Vegas. I'm at Extreme Couture now. I've been training with that team plus 10th Planet, Cobrinas Jiu-Jitsu. Hector Vasquez is a great guy. Coach Casey from 10th Planet's a great guy too. And then I've also trained with the Russians with my manager, Ali Abdelaziz. He put me at the UFC PI for a month, and I trained with Islam Makhachev's team for the first 4 weeks I was here.
Okay. So yeah, it sounds like you've been training with many great names. But as far as your game goes, have you seen, or what specific improvements have you seen in your game so far?
I feel like my finish ability, he was always able to get to the back, but I feel like I was in practice in the last year. I was stopped hunting. I just got to the back and I could take the back on almost everybody I've ever rolled with. So I would always chill and relax. So when I was in that Juan fight, I didn't have the urgency to, like, the finish ability, the technique. I was just trying to bulldog choke him over his chin and stuff, using a lot of energy. I feel like the specifics that I have in my finish ability now that I've come to Extreme, I'm working with Jake Shields. He's going to be in my corner, I believe, this fight. He's one of my jiu-jitsu coaches out here. He's just got me, like, a whole different system that he learned from Danaher and even his own system. But him and Jason Manley, those guys are both Cesar Gracie black belts, and they've had me, like, just firing on all ends, man. I feel like the most improvements I've made is my finish abilities and my cardio and my level of training. Like, I feel like I think I'm on like 30 rounds of grappling this week and already like close to 6 or 7 rounds sparring, and that's on Sunday. So I'm thinking like I've doubled my workload. So to make sure that I can push the pace I did against Juan the first 2 rounds, I want to push that all 5 rounds.
Yeah. So we're only halfway through the week, and you already have, you said, 30 rounds under your belt grappling. But like I promised, we will talk about that Juan fight. So your most recent fight, you went 5 rounds for the championship. So I'm sure you've watched that back a couple times. Assessing that in your own perspective, is what specifically do you see that you could have done better in that fight?
Just been more calm and patient. I feel like the fans, it didn't do me a healthy service without having fans. I got to hear his corner a lot. I got very emotional a lot of the time when I didn't need to. I feel as long as I could keep control of myself, I feel like I control anyone in the division, or anyone in the world at my weight class. So I feel like I kind of, going in this, at the end of the second round, there was a momentum shift. I was on his back. He reversed me. He landed some big shots. I still feel like I won the round, but when that momentum shifted there, I feel like I got too emotional. I turned it into like sometimes in the gym, like I've never been rocked, I've never been dropped, I've never been really wobbled. So the hard times in the gym, I always gut through it. Like if it's a close round and I can't get the guy down, or I'm just boxing, I'll go to war with the guy. So I feel like I went to war too early. I should use my technique to set some more stuff up as opposed to just throwing it out the window and saying, let's just fight, 1 for 1, let's go for
it. Yeah. So you also mentioned fans for that fight. I remember back at King of the Cage, you used to have a huge group selling all these tickets, your huge fan base. So can you talk to me a little bit about going from that environment at King of the Cage over to Bellator? How did that transpire?
Well, my first few fights in Bellator was great because I fought at MSG, and then I had all my fans there to New York, and then I fought in Connecticut, and I had all my fans. You've seen my fan base in my career, so they go everywhere, man. So they followed me up until the last fight when I went to Japan. I had to go to Japan, and that was a different experience because I fought in front of 42,000 people. So that was also, a very each time it was like a step up for me in like my career. It was like a promotion. I'm getting a promotion at work. Like it's bigger, better. And the last one even got better going with Juan. The only thing that was missing was the energy and the atmosphere in the crowd. All I can really hear was the commentators kind of like hyping, like really being. I could hear it in my ear while I'm fighting. The commentators really like selling his name, selling who he's training with, selling the names, and I could also hear those names: T.J. Dillashaw, Cub Swanson, yelling like, I think at some point I just like looked over and I was like, told TJ, I was like, shut the fuck up, in the middle of the fight. So I feel like I needed to keep my emotion. They did a good job at being a good corner. I'm telling you. And my corner, I feel like it was their first fight in that experience, and they were very quiet. I don't quite remember hearing my corner too much. I just kind of remember hearing a lot of the things that Juan's corner was saying, and the commentators, John McCarthy and Josh Thompson.
Yeah, so if you were to run that back, if you are to get the win on May 7th, do you feel that with the corner improvements and the training improvements, the fight would look a lot different?
100%, man. I feel like I could go out there and finish the guy in the first round. We've trained together, man. In the same position I got him in the first 2 minutes, I was able to submit him. So it's not something that I know I'm capable of doing. Like, I've submitted guys that are in the UFC at 155, 170, and 185 pounds within a minute in the gym, So it's like I have to just reassess it and stay, just get a little bit more mature. As I'm growing older, I just turned 27 years old. I'm very young in this game, and I feel like I needed experiences. Like prior to that Juan fight, I finished everybody for 4 years straight. I never lost a round. I finished everybody almost 6 of 8, I think, in the first round. So I feel like I needed the experience to kind of get those rounds, that time in, so I could pace myself when I get out there. Not just balls to the wall. Because that's all I've been doing, man. I have all these finishes. I never lost a round. I almost ran through 25 people, especially when I could get to the world champions back. The now world champion. It's like, how do you not try to finish them with all you have?
Hmm. Yeah. So talking about all these accolades and finishing all these guys, the name or the nickname No Love. I gotta know where exactly that came from. Was it training? Was it somewhere from home, or where did that come from?
No, it's just from being in the King of the Cage back in the day, and
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
in all those local shows, and like having my friends, family there. Man, I'd never show no love to nobody. I was always I was a man on a mission until the mission was done. So
Hmm.
I feel like I got kind of got the moniker, and then they talk a lot about the corners backstage and shit. Like I really truly believe like the adjustments they can help you make, especially when the fans aren't there, like you hear their voices, but the adjustments they help you make is the most important in between rounds. But um, I was really keen my whole career on, like they're just walking me to a fight. I don't want to hug them. I don't want to like when I get in the cage, I'm gonna hug them all like they're bringing me to my funeral or something. You know what I mean? It's like, no, man. I'll slap your hand, and let me just go do this. You tell me what I need to do, but don't
Mhm.
emotionally get involved. Don't feel like like it's too much pressure for me because man, I'll fight. I fight the whole damn top 10 of maybe besides Magomed because he's part of my dominance management team, and he's part of Ali's. I've been in training rooms with that guy, and I got a lot of respect for him. And we've talked. We was like, we once said, if we're gonna fight, man, it's gonna be for the belt. That's it. So aside from him, those other 9, man, I'd fight them all in one night. You know what I mean? If you really told me to, if you told me
Mhm.
to go 9 rounds with every one of them, all in the gym, 1 round apiece, I'd go with every single one of those guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Today,
So go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry, I cut you off.
I said today, I would go
Yeah.
with all of them today.
Mhm. Yeah, so this last one before I let you go here, I know you probably have a busy day ahead of you of training. You keep talking about Dominus MMA and Ali. So talk to me. How much of an impact has he made in your career? I'm not too sure how long you've been with him, but I'm sure he's brought you to higher heights than you would have been without him.
I've been with Ali for since I was 5-0. He
Okay.
represented me even before I signed with him. Before I got to Bellator, he represented me in my King of the Cage deals.
Mhm.
That dude used to make me so much money in King of the Cage because I'd get like a 50% kickback off my tickets and stuff. You know, um, you know how the tickets work. It's all
Yeah.
under the table, paid and shit like that. So it was good, man. He got me the best contracts I could, and then he got me a restructure after my October 26th fight last year to go to Japan, and then that fight wasn't even on a contract. He got me different separate money for that, and then I just did my first fight on my new contract with Juan. So I'm in my second fight. I got 5 more fights with Bellator, and Ali has been nothing but great, man. He got me life-changing money. He got me connections out here in the gym. He's been an older brother to me. I mean, my mom just got surgery over the week, last week. I think Ali sent my mother like 500, $1,000 just to say, hey, I hope you're doing all right. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
If you need anything, your son's doing fine. Uh, Here's this for you. You know what I mean? So he goes out of his way. He's not just my manager. Ali's like he's like family to me. I can
Yeah.
call him about anything, and the phone will be answered. He treats me just as the highest guys he has, and I'm very respectful and grateful for that because I know that Ali believes that not only if I walk away, I finish one in the first round. I light up a freaking cigar. I'm walking away laughing, man. You know what I mean? Thinking I'm top 5 pound for pound Bellator right now.
Mhm.
So with experience comes, with time comes experience, and I feel like one of the really believers in me since the beginning has always been Ali.
Yeah, so Mr. Patchy Mix, I really appreciate the time today. I know, like I said, you have a busy training ahead of you, so I just want to thank you. If there's anything
Anytime,
you'd like
man.
If there's anything you'd like to mention, your supporters, your followers, the floor is all yours here.
Yeah, just a big thank you to first and foremost my family, man. My mom, um, my brothers, my sisters, uh, anyone that my daughter's grandparents on both sides, my daughter's mother, anyone that's been involved with my daughter when I'm gone is a big that those are my reliance right now because I'm away. I can't be the father that I want to be. So I'm in camp doing the things that necessarily I need to do. So just shout out to my family. Shout out to everyone that's been helping my mom. I know she's dealing with her medical stuff. My sister, my brother, my father, everyone back home, and then also like I've had a lot of guys from AJ Robb, a lot of guys from Jackson Wink kind of traveling out here, coming out here doing stuff like that. So big shout out to them too. I'm very appreciative of, just everyone, man. So I'm just thankful for my team, my family, and everyone at Extreme Couture and all these places that I've been training here. There's so many to name, but I'm just thankful for all the teammates and stuff. They've had positive energy, and I'm trying to keep building off that. Get back in the win column here and get back with a big finish.